Him shouting, and I think I was not scared anymore. Or I always thought if he has to beat me, he'll beat me up. I don't
So you had
care
grown
anymore.
numb.
Numb. And I think that's how I learned not to cry and to wait for anything that can happen. There was this day they were arguing with my aunt, my mother's sister, Mama D. I refer to her as Mama D in the book. They had an argument. She had a way of gaslighting him. Gaslighting him, knowing maybe that he wouldn't do anything, he wouldn't beat her, or knowing his rage. They had an argument, and I think she was winning. And she had a way of laughing. No, it's not true. And it irked him. But I was listening.
And you're watching?
I was listening. I was about 11. I was listening, but it was none of my business. I went on with my other things, but somehow I felt happy that somebody could tell him something. I mean, because when you become so tough and always shouting, somehow people surrounding you start losing respect for you in a certain way. So I was feeling it, and maybe it's exactly what I was doing, and somehow, expecting and happy that somebody
would come up.
And like stand their ground on whatever they were saying, and insisting, no, you're wrong, you cannot silence me. Okay, they finished their conversation. I don't know what I was doing. I was playing or talking with other people. I laughed. Maybe it was immediately after their argument. I laughed, and he said, you're laughing at me? You laughed. This man was fierce, but I was like, no, I didn't laugh at you. I haven't laughed. So my auntie also came and said, no, she did not laugh at you. My mother took so long to come in because he was asking me to apologize.
For what?
For laughing at him. I knew I had not laughed at him, and I was not about to apologize. I really refused at that age. So I started standing my ground. I started being like kind of rebellious. I was just waiting to be beaten.
Wow.
I refused.
So why did those two moments you've shared about your mother break you, yet you had bad betrayals before and you never broke?
I still thought if people had to hate me for whatever, I'll take it. I still wanted to protect my mother, and I thought that maybe at one point she will accept to hear what I have to tell her, and maybe we would mend our relationship, because it has been years, and we're not speaking, but she cannot take responsibility of whatever she has done. And she even refuses to listen to me. She would rather get information from other people that's modified, that's differently interpreted or interpreted to their own liking, than listen to me.
You mentioned wanting to shield your children from family grudges. What exact story don't you want them to know about?
There's not a particular story, but I don't want my kids to hear the unfiltered lies, unfiltered stories, unfiltered whatever from my family, because they have no limits. They have no limits. They don't know what they should say in front of who.
When you say they don't have limits, who?
My mother and her children.
Anything goes.
Anything goes, no matter your age. They don't care who they're talking about or who in front of who they're talking. They could even start talking about me. They had done before. They had told my things that were inappropriate. I mean, not bad, but my child is 5 and you're telling them, go tell your mother she has a lot of money. Why doesn't she buy you this? And my son comes crying to me. Yeah, you have a lot of money and refusing to buy this. I need this. You have a lot of money. You should not be telling that to a child. There are other ways of talking to kids or telling them, ask your mother. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about anything. My life, my physique, my education, anything. My father, for example, and even talking about their father.
In this book, you write a lot about your childhood.
Yes.
What image would you want to ban from your memory about your childhood? Like, Andrew, I just need this out of my memory, but I can't.
You find it in the book where I write about the man of the house, maybe. I don't want to detail it now, but it's well written about in the book. But to sum it up all, I would say for about 7 years, I would like to bury all the 7 years, all the time that this man was in my life, present in my life.
You want them deleted?
Completely. Because even today, I don't have any good memory when I dream about him. It's always violence or the different things, and I don't really think about him, but whenever he comes up, it's in my dreams and it's not something good.
Does it make you panic at times?
So many times, because I see him coming back, like he didn't die, and I see him with his bag, he lived somewhere, and I'm like, is this true? Am I dreaming? Wake up, am I dreaming? And when I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, it was a dream. But they're always the same dreams. They're always the same dreams. And I wish I could even stop dreaming about him, because there's never been any happy dream.
You became a caretaker at a very young age, responsible, taking care of other siblings and you yourself. Has that affected the way you ask for help? And Irene, do you ever ask for help?
Yes, I do ask for help, but maybe rarely. It depends on what kind of help I want to ask for or I'm asking for. Because I learned also never to get help as a child. And also because people criticize me for talking about our life growing up, but this is the only life I had. I cannot forge it. I cannot pretend my life was good. I'm talking about life the way
Lived
I saw
experience.
it, the way I lived it. We grew up begging. We were not rich. We were really poor. We grew up begging. It was very embarrassing seeing my parents begging and criticizing whoever didn't give us. In so saying, it's not like us children, it's my mother and her man, because they were all not working. So I realized from an early age that I didn't want to be begging. I saw how embarrassing it was. I would hear people talk about us, talk about how we would beg, and then I didn't love, even if I was young, I didn't love the way we were criticizing whoever was not giving us, because that's all we would do. And at one point I had to ask my mother, but you keep complaining about this person not giving us. What did you ever do for them?
What was the reaction like?
It was very hard with my mother. You never get answers. You never get real answers. The answer would be, I hate to say, things like that, to shut you up right away. We shut you down right away. You don't ask her, how dare you ask her such? So that's how maybe I was never really asking for help, because you can get this help. You can ask for it. Somebody's going to help you, but on top of that help,
what are the terms?
Comes I did this. I'd rather not hear all that or have all that. And I wait for my time.
Has that explained why you're so hardworking? Has it affected your living, like you're self-sufficient as a woman?
To a great extent. To a great extent, yes. Yeah.
Amazing. Irene, all seems was ugly at your home. Was it all ugly? Was it, you never had happy moments? You never had moments where you're like, I am happy to be in this home, I'm happy to be in this kind of family. Was it all that dark?
Not at all. Not always dark.
Give me some light. How was it like in the happy moments?
We had very, very, very many happy moments. But I should note that those happy moments were without the man of the house.
Okay.
To me, only when he wasn't around. But otherwise, with my mother and siblings, yeah, there were some happy moments. My mother is a very funny woman. She can crack jokes. She can be so sarcastic. Sometimes with very dark sarcasm. And you have to live with her. You have to be with her to know it. And how you can backbite people without even saying a thing, and it makes you all laugh. How you can say this one has big teeth, and she just does. Those big teeth, and somehow it was funny. We loved it, but growing up, I realized it was becoming a complex, not only for me, for all the others, because there were things about them as well. You would say, you big nose, come here, big feet, and then, I mean, then there were happy moments going to shows when I would take them to shows with me.
Yeah.
They were my biggest supporters. They would scream. They would come on stage and give me money. You know, our tradition of kufua.
Yes.
Nibajja n'ekizike 50,000,
Yes.
20,000.
Yeah.
Give it to me.